Namaskaram to all Atmas. By surrendering to my Atma Guru Atmalingeshwar, as per his instruction, today we are going to talk about his God's second commandment, that is, all religious philosophies show path of human peace. In this we are being discussing about 9 religious philosophies. Each week we are discussing about one sloka from each of the 9 philosophies, that is, by Bhagavad Gita for Hinduism, Bible Old Testament for Judaism, Bible New Testament for Christianity, Holy Quran for Islam, Buddhism philosophy, Jainism philosophy, Sikhism philosophy, Zoroastrianism philosophy, and Sufism. So these are the 9 religious philosophies that is being followed throughout the world, at each place according to their tradition, language, and the culture they follow. What is the best way to tell? God has revealed through the prophets in each areas, the gurus, so that the message of peace to mankind reaches the all and they live peacefully. Today, in that respect, we will discuss on this one sloka from each of these 9 religions. First thing we will take about the Hinduism, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So here he says, in those following the path of yoga, the buddhi, the understanding that has the nature of producing conviction, is directed towards a single objective. That is, yoga means what? One who focuses on a particular thing. Single objective thing has to be focused. When you are focusing on God, because where in case of in samadhi, where your buddhi and your mind is focused on God. So we can see God in everything what we do. For instance, if you are studying, see God in the subject. If you are doing work, see God in the work what you are doing. That's why in Tamil we say, Seyyam Tovile Devam. That is, whatever work you do, whatever work, whether it is, even if you eat, see God in that what you are eating. So that will give the real proteins, real energy to you. So whatever work you do, see God in that. And that is the real yoga. So there should be a clear conviction. What it says is, the buddhi, what you are doing, the understanding, anything what you do, the understanding should be that you should focus. That is nature of conviction. Conviction means whatever, focus on that. And that should be single, focus be on a single objective. Anything at any point of time. That's why the Zen theory says, always be present in the present. That is the real conviction. And then it will get directed towards a single objective. In those without any spiritual conviction, the understanding gets scattered and pursues countless ends. Suppose when you are focusing on a particular work, when your mind gets diverted and think of something, some other goal, some other aspects to be done, then there is no spiritual conviction and we cannot able to achieve success in what you are doing. That's why Zen theory says always be present in the present. Suppose you are absent in the present, that is, when you are doing a particular work, your mind is going somewhere. You are not thinking about what you want to do. Or you are past in the present. While doing the work, you are thinking yesterday is what happened. Then you can able to achieve the real success in what you are doing now. You may be future in the present, what you have to do after some time. So absent in the present means presently you are doing, but you are absent without knowing what you are doing. Past in the present means while doing this work, you are thinking about the past situations, past acts, past misdeeds, past sufferings, past sorrows. Then you can't do success. There is no conviction in your actions. Future actions, past, that is future in the present. So you should always be present in the present. That is the real yoga. So this is about the yoga means focusing on one particular thing, particular aspect, particular work, particular subject, and the particular, in case of when you are doing yoga on God, focusing on that God, then you attain samadhi. This is what in our Bhagavad Gita is told. Now let us see what the Judaism in the Psalms. Psalms means prayers. This is taken from the Old Testament of Holy Bible. Here we talk about evening prayer for help. Answer me when I pray, God, my defender. So in the evenings, they pray, ask the God, answer me when I pray. When I was in trouble, you helped me. So what they say is, whenever you are in trouble, surrender to Him. He is your Creator. He will help you. And be kind to me now and hear my prayer. So always surrender to Him and pray to Him, seeking His help. He will give the help. Tremble with fear and stop sinning. So, when a situation arises where you have to commit sin, tremble with fear and do not do it. Think deeply about this when you lie in silence on your beds. So, even if you commit a mistake while lying on a bed, you introspect and see what mistake I have committed and see that you don't commit it again. You surrender to God, pray to Him, seek mercy from Him, and then ask Him the strength to see that you don't commit that sins again. Offer the right sacrifices to the Lord and put your trust in Him. So whatever you do, sacrifice. Sacrifice means you give something to the needy, or you pray for the good of the people. Such kind of sacrifices, or whatever you feed to the poor, all this should be done with full putting trust on Him. Pray to give us more blessings, Lord. Look on us with kindness. So seek God to give kindness. Be kind towards you. Then He shower all His blessings to you. Now comes to Christianity. From Holy Bible, New Testament. From Luke. Here the Jesus teaching is mentioned. Love for enemies. Jesus says, not just loving your own friends and relatives. He says, love your enemies and do good to them. Lend and expect nothing back. That's what. He says, even your enemy, you have to love your enemies. That's why Jesus, though He was crucified, He loved His enemies. He didn't curse them. You will then have a great reward and you will be the sons of the Most High God. So even who persecute you, even who teases you, hurts you, you show mercy on them, you show forgiveness on them, and you love them, then God will love you. For He is good to the ungrateful and the wicked. Be merciful just as your Father is merciful. So, your Father is merciful to everybody, whether he is a good or bad person. But one who realizes his badness, once who surrender to God and seek His mercy, he will be blessed. Now come to Holy Quran. Surah 2 Al-Baqarah. Allah said, whenever guidance comes to you from me, whoever follows my guidance, they have nothing to fear, nor will they grieve. So, Allah, whatever guidance He gives to you, from guidance come to you from me. That may come from any source, through somebody also. Suppose you are in a deep problem where you cannot find a solution. Some of the elders, they may come and tell you some solution. So He may come in any form. Whoever follows my guidance, they have nothing to fear. So this has been clearly given in Quran. So one who follows the instructions of Lord Allah in the Holy Quran and with the false diligence and spirit, they need nothing to fear, nor will they grieve. So even if you commit mistakes, surrender to Allah. So you need not worry, and He will give the strength to not to commit such kind of sins hereafter. Remember, my favors which I bestowed upon you, and fulfill your pledge to me, and I will fulfill my pledge to you. You fulfill your pledge to me. What you pledge you have done, always be faithful, always be honest, always be diligent, always love all. All this kind of pledge what you are given to me, if you fulfill, I pledge you that you will be bestowed with the heaven. And believe in what I revealed, confirming what you have, and do not be the first to deny it. And do not exchange my revelations for a small price, and be conscious of me. And do not mix truth with falsehood, nor conceal the truth knowingly. So what he says is, you should know what is truth, what is false. Do not mix both. And whenever there is truth has to be revealed, don't conceal it. Concealing the truth is equivalent to being false to yourself, and that amounts to sin. So he says, always be true to yourself and always tell truth and always be obedient to me. Then Allah will always bless them. Now comes to Buddhism, the middle way. People habitually think of themselves as being connected with birth and death, but in reality, there are no such conceptions. When people are able to realize this truth, they have realized the truth of the non-duality of birth and death. It is because people cherish the idea of an ego, personality, and that they cling to the idea of possession. But since there is no such thing as an ego, there can be no such thing as possession. When people are able to realize this truth, they will be able to realize the truth of non-duality. So, Atma has no death. That's what in Buddhism says. So, when you think the birth and death is only pertaining to this body. For Atma, there is no death. But Atma is in this body only to release karmas. So, just as what is told in Bhagavad Gita, this body is like a shirt. Once it's torn, we remove and put another body. So, when we remove, that is death. When we put another body, it is birth. So, birth and death is only to this deteriorating mass of the body. But Atma is omnipresent. It has no death. And this is the realization what one should come. And in Buddhism, what this is because people cherish the idea of ego. Because why we think of this birth and death is because of our ego. Ego means ignorance. We think we are this body. And we always, because this body is a part of Maya, and whatever outside things are all nothing but Maya. When you get attracted towards this Maya, then the ego is in full swing. So ego, what happens? Then it begins to think of birth. The thought of death creates a fear. So people have the fear. People and this Maya creates an attraction. Attraction leads to desire, greed, lust, all these things. All these things are pertaining to this body. So when our buddhi gets attracted towards this body and Maya, naturally the ego is in full swing, and we commit all kinds of negative traits like lust, anger, greed, jealousy, hatred, all this stuff. So what Buddha says is, remove this non-duality. Don't think of birth and death. Don't think of this ego. There is nothing called ego. When buddhi is clear that I am Atma and I am only here to do my duties to release karmas, and I have nothing to gain or lose. This is what Bhagavad Gita told. So, this shows the consonance of all the religious philosophies. So, let us not think about the birth or death of this. Let us only think egoless, so that we move towards the realization of enlightenment in ourselves. Then comes the Jainism about possessiveness. It is on account of attachment the person commits violence, utter lie, commits theft, indulges in sex, and develops a yearning for unlimited hoardings. So what in Jainism is? On account of attachment. Attachment is nothing but Maya. So when you get attracted towards this body, the ego, when it comes into force, naturally the attachment comes into force. That a person commits, so when there is an attachment, he commits violence, utters lies. Because when you want to get something and somebody is obstructing it, so you want to remove him, destroy him to get that thing. So he involves in violence. He utters lies. Because if you want to get something, by telling lies, only by if I can acquire that thing, you will ready to tell lies. Commits theft. A person, he want to get more, a greedy, he want to plunder somebody's wealth, he commits theft. indulges in sex and develops a yearning for unlimited hoardings. So he wants to acquire a lot of wealth, lot of things, and he hoards in his place. The renunciation of attachment is useful for controlling the sense organs, as the Mahat's hook is useful for controlling an elephant. So this attachment has to be renounced. When this attachment, the sense organs is useful for controlling the sense organs. The 5 senses have to be controlled with the 6th sense of buddhi. And this can happen as the Mahat's hook is useful for controlling an elephant. So Mahat puts the hook on the elephant's to control its movement. Certainly for the conquest of senses, freedom from all possessions is a must. So if you want to overcome the attachment, the conquest of senses is most important. Then only freedom from all possessions becomes a possibility. Attachment is possessiveness. The external renunciation of a person is of no avail if his inner self is knotted with possession. So one should not say, no, I don't have any attachment, anything. But externally they say, but internally they crave for getting that possessions. There is the dual nature of a person, which is not right. You should have that non-possessiveness, the thought of non-possessiveness externally and internally. Then only you can attain real enunciation, and that real enunciation only brings you the real enlightenment. Now comes to Sikhism from the holy Guru Granth Sahib. Countless fools blinded by ignorance, countless thieves embezzlers, countless impose their will by force, countless cutthroats and ruthless killers, countless sinners who keep on sinning, countless liars wandering lost in their lies, countless wretches eating filth as their ration, countless slanderers carrying the weight of their stupid mistakes on their heads. Nanak describes the state of the lowly. I cannot even once be a sacrifice to you. Whatever pleases you is the only good done, you eternal formless one. So, in our life, we commit countless mistakes in a foolish and ignorant way, blindly without knowing what we are doing. That happens to a common man. We do mistakes, but as long as we do not do this self-introspection, we do not have the God fear, we will be committing mistakes after mistake like an animal. And this accumulates in our subconscious mind as a negative habit. And this adds more karmas to us. That's why it becomes countless. So, countless thieves. A thief, he easily gets money by plundering from others. And as long as he never thinks that he is committing a great sin, he continues to do that same theft countless times and enjoys without knowing that he is committing a sin. You don't have any right to plunder others' wealth which they have acquired with a lot of effort. You just like that, they go and take that, plunder it, and then kill him also. Dacoity, in case dacoity, they kill also. So it only accumulates more sins to you. And these things happen because of our ignorance. We never think that what we are doing is lies, theft, all kinds of sinning activities. Everything we do without our knowledge, without knowing that we are committing mistakes. As long as people are ignorant and carried away by ego, they will never come to they will never realize that they are doing countless mistakes, and they accumulate more sins after sins. And to release this, they have to take so many births after births. Without knowing knowledge, they will be taking so many births. Once the light of enlightenment comes to them, once they realize what God is, what these lies are accumulating in them, only through Nanak, he says, only once you realize this, you will come to this effortless, eternal and formless one. Only once you surrender to the God, then you will realize what countless mistakes you are doing, and Only by realization and renunciation you can able to achieve the real truth to our life and move in the path of salvation. Zoroastrianism, the glory of the religion, true religion. God is the supreme teacher, yes, but we listen to him and learn his wisdom only if we submit to holy obedience. So he is the ultimate teacher, Paramatma, and from him only he has sent all the messages to the mankind through his messengers, prophets, through his gurus, through the gurus which he created. So for the entire mankind to realize about their ignorance and attain enlightenment. He is the supreme teacher, but we listen to him and learn his wisdom only if we submit to holy obedience. But we can able to listen to his teachings, his to unlearn his wisdom only if we submit to holy obedience. That is what we totally surrender to him. Even if you hear a lecture of given by some eminent personality, God is sending the message through that person. You have to wholly submit to yourself and hear what God is saying through that person. Because this body is only a deteriorating mass. Atma has no physical form. Similarly, Paramatma has no physical form. So what Atma and Paramatma inside us, and some Atma and Paramatma, through some Atma in a physical body, Paramatma speaking means we have to totally submissive to him and hear what the Paramatma is saying through that person. Then only we can get enlightenment. The ideal is to be like Jarutasra, God's messenger. So Jarutasra is the God's messenger for Zoroastrianism. His soldiers swearing on evil to set up God's kingdom and righteousness upon our earth, with every good man and woman to be our friend. And God himself will draw near to us most lovingly if with true devotion we pray to him. So, what is this? God has sent the message through his messenger Jarutasra. So, what is this? One should remove all the evil from them to set up God's kingdom of righteousness upon the earth. So that's what in the Dasavatara, what the avatar, each avatar is only to destroy the evil and establish dharma in the earth. So that's what here also say. So destroy the evil and establish the kingdom of God, the righteousness on the earth, with every good man and woman to be our friend. So every man and woman in the earth should be friends and God-fearing, and they surrender to God. And God himself will draw near to us most lovingly if with the true devotion we pray to him. With true devotion, if we pray to him, God will come to us lovingly. So he will make us into saints and give us the eternal reward of righteousness in this world and the next. So one who surrenders to God, he will be pleased by God, and he will make them as saints and give us eternal reward of righteousness, eternal salvation in this world and the next. Now comes to Sufism, the mystics of Sufism. Rumi counted non-attachment to worldly objects as the most important thing. So Rumi is the messenger of God in the Sufism religion. What Rumi says is, non-attachment to worldly objects is the most important thing. So if one want to attain enlightenment, non-attachment to worldly objects is a very much important thing. But for this, he did never ordain to refrain from the connections of material world. But non-attachment to worldly objects doesn't mean that you have to refrain from the connections of material world. You have to remain in it, but at the same time, be non-attached. Rather, he counted as one of the perfect paths to the attainment of control of the passions and the avoidance of attachment to material or physical world. So what is the path one should choose is, by remaining in this material world, you have to attain the control of passions. If you want to be unattached, you have to control your passions and avoidance of attachment to material or physical world. Though you are doing everything, don't get attached to any of the physical things, money, people, wealth, property, anything. He always spent his days in purifying the moral character and correcting the bad habits of the people. So Rumi what he used to say is, he teaches the God's message to purify the moral character and correcting the bad habits of the people, and made effort for the attainment of that object only. So he only focused on to make people purify, attain purity of mind, and gain the godly inner feelings in them. So this is the 9 religious philosophies teaches to mankind. So all this shows the truth that all religious philosophy shows the path for human peace and not human destructions. So what we should all realize the truth. Let us see the entire humanity as one family, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, and we all, irrespective of all religion, whichever religion one follow, Atma is same in all, and Paramatma is same in all. Whether Paramatma is called Paramatma or Creator or Allah or Azaramuzda, whatever be the name we use, ultimately Paramatma is one, Atma is one, and this body is only differing in each religion, each place, according to each place. But we all the children of God, and this world is the family of God. So we all should become as a one family. Feel that all the brothers, all in this world are our own family members, and let us extend our whatever support we can do to uplift the needy and poor and needy. That's what through individual, corporate, social responsibility. This is the commandment number 3. What is this? So commandment 2, saying that all religious philosophies are one and all people are one family. Vasudeva Kutumbakam. We have fulfilled the commandment 3 of God, that is, uplift the needy and poor in the world. The allied people, the developed nations, allied people in developing nations, whatever earnings they make, use it individually or collectively, and see that they uplift the economic and social status of the needy brothers and sisters of our own world family, and create a real Vasudeva Kutumbakam, so that there will be real peace in the world. So commandment 2 will lead to commandment 3, to bring real peace in the world. When the economic status is uplifted, naturally people's thought of committing criminal acts will go off. There will not be any terrorism, there will not be any criminalism in the society. After all, everybody wants to live a peaceful life. We need money only to feed our body, feed our family, first thing. Once the hunger of our body is fulfilled, then people can think of the hunger of the mind, that is the spiritual enlightenment. So for this thing, each human being should contribute, so that we bring in real peace in the world. So let us all visualize ourselves as the children of God and work for the upliftment of our own family members in this Vasudeva Kutumbakam, and see that we bring peace in us, peace in our family, peace in our society, and real peace in the world. Thank you.